For a high-functioning mind, the ability to fall asleep fast and wake up sharp, that isn't about luck. It's really a matter of biological architecture. So in this explainer, we're going to decode how you can train your brain for amazing rest by building a schedule it can finally trust. Does this look familiar? Yeah, I thought so. Staring at the ceiling, your mind is just looping, going a million miles an hour, and the clock just keeps on ticking. It's so frustrating. But what if I told you the problem isn't some personal failing? It's actually just a system confusion. That's right. It's not you. Your mind and body have this incredibly powerful built-in system for rest. But if you don't give it clear instructions, it just gets lost. That racing mind you have at 2 in the morning, well, that's just a symptom of a system that's lost its signal, its timing, its trust in your schedule. I love this metaphor because it's perfect. Think about your brain as that huge office tower. When the lights are programmed to dim at the exact same time every single evening, the whole building just shifts into the state of quiet, calm energy conservation. That is exactly what we are aiming for here, a perfectly programmed system in your own mind. So to program that system, first we have to understand the blueprint, right? And this brings us to the brain's master clock and the real science that makes it all tick. At the very heart of it all is your circadian rhythm. It's basically your internal 24-hour body clock. And for our purposes today, its most important job is telling your body when to release melatonin. That's the key hormone that makes you feel sleepy. Now here's the crucial part. This clock runs on one thing, and one thing only: consistency. And this really illustrates the two paths you can take. On the left, with a consistent schedule, your brain actually learns the pattern. It begins to trust that, let's say at 11 p.m., it's time to power down. The melatonin release becomes automatic. But on the right, with a random schedule, the system is in a constant state of error. It's never sure when to flip the switch, leaving you either restless at night or totally foggy in the morning. Okay, so knowing the blueprint is one thing, but actually having the control program to run it is something else entirely. This is where we get really practical with what we call the 3-2-1 shutdown protocol. The goal here is so much bigger than just having a bedtime. For a mind that's always dealing with high cognitive complexity, you have to send clear, deliberate signals to your nervous system that it is safe to power down. You've got to help it find that off switch. Now, scientifically, what we're actually doing here is transitioning our brainwaves. We're trying to move from those active, problem-solving beta waves, that's the state you're in during a busy workday, to these relaxed, reflective alpha waves, which is the absolute necessary first step to falling asleep naturally. And here's the playbook. It's simple. 3 hours before bed, you stop eating. This lets your digestive system rest instead of keeping your whole body active. Then, 2 hours out, you stop the mental heavy lifting. No more complex work emails, no more intense problem solving. And finally, the most critical step, 1 hour before bed, all screens go off. The blue light from those devices physically blocks melatonin release, basically screaming to your brain that it's still daytime. So, what happens when you actually commit to this protocol? I mean, what does it feel like when the system is finally calibrated and working flawlessly for you, not against you? Well, the payoff is pretty profound. When you consistently align your daily habits with your underlying biology, your brain learns to trust your schedule. That melatonin release you were fighting for, it becomes natural. It becomes automatic. Your own biology starts doing all the heavy lifting for you. This, right here, is the very essence of biological optimization. It's about consciously rejecting that modern burnout mindset that treats sleep like it's a luxury or, even worse, a sign of weakness. Instead, you're using science and substance to treat rest as what it truly is, a vital performance recovery mode. And a really cool benefit of this optimization is aligning with your natural sleep cycles. Each full cycle lasts about 90 minutes. When your sleep is deep and consistent, you're much more likely to wake up at the end of one of these cycles, which is the real secret to feeling completely refreshed and restored, instead of groggy. So, what's the end result of all this? When your mind and body are fully recovered day after day, what's that feeling? It's this: mentally sharp, emotionally stable, ready for anything. You feel unstoppable. And this brings us to our final and maybe most important point. Once you understand this system, you are no longer at its mercy. You actually get to become its architect. And let's remember why this matters so much. This biological recovery isn't just about feeling good. It's the absolute foundation for the high-level cognitive skills you rely on every single day. Your emotional stability, your ability to make sharp, clear decisions, and your mind's calibration for deeply complex work. So, let's totally reframe how we see a consistent schedule. It's not about being rigid or boring, not at all. It is a strategic choice to ensure that your most important asset, your mind, is perfectly calibrated and ready for the demands of the day ahead. It's a professional's approach to peak performance. Ultimately, you are the one who controls the blueprint. You can stop leaving your rest to chance and start building that real foundation of trust with your own mind. So the only question left is, are you ready to become the architect?